Hello and welcome to the very first episode of this podcast, Magic of the Mind. I'm your host, Allie Ashley. In this podcast, we'll explore the secrets of how to live your very best life and tap into incredible, wonderful potential through the use of the law as taught by Neville Goddard, and many other inspiring thinkers who we'll talk more about in future episodes. If you're joining me today, likely the law of attraction, or perhaps even a thirst for knowledge on Neville Goddard's teachings have brought you here. Well, you're in the right place, as we're going to tap into some really cool ideas, techniques, meditations, readings, and more to help you manifest things in this 3D world that represent who you want to be. Do you want to be a master at manifesting? Well, we are all born master manifestors. That's what we do every single day. I think, therefore I am. Whether it's good or bad, if we believe it, it becomes our truth, our reality. So many people, though, aren't aware of this incredible power we hold within our minds, the magic. Yet more and more people are waking up and discovering this beautiful secret of humanity and putting it to use for the greater good of all. I'm a recent convert to the law of assumption as taught by Neville Goddard, but I've been manifesting my entire life, just as you have. Though for too many years, I was running around unaware of the immense power within my own mind. I always thought my circumstances were a product of luck or coincidence or action or inaction. I was reacting in unhelpful ways. I didn't believe I could have it any other way. I've manifested some really wonderful successes in my life, though I never failed to let my imagination run away to some really dark places, especially in my romantic life. And I finally managed to manifest a reality I wouldn't wish on anyone. My entire world had been shaken up and strewn about, and everything I thought was real in my life suddenly became its nightmarish opposite. I left my husband, actually both, first and my second marriage, and I lost faith in just about everything. I let my kids down. I couldn't trust anyone anymore. I wondered if I would ever be able to be in a relationship again. As someone who ultimately just wanted a beautiful, loving family, I really did hit my rock bottom. Though this was a blessing in disguise, as it led to my awakening within, where I realized I was the cause of my own suffering by use of my imagination. Now think about that. Isn't that wonderful? If I created that mess, then I certainly could create a better reality. So I'll talk further in depth in another episode about how we manifest our own suffering, but for now, my point is that I hit rock bottom. And that's when it hit me like a brick. I thought I was going to die from emotional pain and anguish, but I didn't die. I was reborn. I was actually listening to a lot of Kid Cudi and Kanye and Beyonce and Solange on repeat. I was trying to level up and shake the anger from my soul, and I felt the music speaking directly to me. Yep, this white girl. The words that they were saying made so much sense to me. I am God. Wait, what? Is that what they're saying? I had listened to these lyrics so many times, but they hit different as I started to better comprehend them. I felt empowered, strong. It was the lyrics and some deeper sense of relief that I was finally free of the lies I'd been dealing with for years. And at the same time, my best friend had just flown in from LA to comfort me, and she started talking about how everyone out there was really into the law of attraction. So naturally, I looked into it, and that's when I discovered Neville Goddard. Now, I've personally experienced some incredible shifts in my life once I discovered the law of assumption, and that's what I'm here for, to share the message with whoever will listen. You have complete and utter control of your own destiny. You can start right now to make it better. You don't need to purchase anything or do any specific one technique. You just have to believe. But this isn't super easy, or we'd all be living in a beautiful utopia. So finding techniques that work for you do help. I started simply with SATs, the state akin to sleep, scripting, writing out what I wanted, and revision. And let me tell you, they've completely changed my life. I still use these techniques often. They took away my fear, and they placed a large sense of responsibility and accountability on my shoulders because they work. It's just that simple. So before I dive into what I've personally done to consciously manifest my desires, and again, I'm a student of this law and of interpreting scripture, and I am by no means at any level that Neville Goddard was at, but I do have a keen sense on how to work this mind magic, and so I'll give you a little background on myself. I have a master's in counseling psychology and a fine art degree, painting and sculpture, and a lot of years of experience working in a psychotherapeutic setting, either as a coach or a therapist. And it's just been my calling to want to help others be their best. I grew up in the Midwest in a small town in Ohio, and I always had this feeling that there was something deeper within me. I was especially connected to nature, art, animals, helping people. It's what I love. It's almost as though I could feel this power we hold within ourselves then. I just wasn't aware of what it was exactly at the time. I used to tell people that I had this sense of homesickness that I never could place. They would look at me weird, but one time when I was working as a therapist, I had a client mention this homesickness feeling that I also felt. And I knew it was something more than just a weird idea I cooked up in my head. Oftentimes it would feel extra intense when I would get into nature or even see photographs of nature. So since I'd been living in the city for about 10 years, I attribute it to that, though that never quite added up because I recall feeling as long as I can remember. And let me tell you, the moment I discovered Neville Goddard and read his teachings was the moment I realized that this is what I'd been searching for. Now I don't have that feeling anymore. I found it. I'm home. As Beyonce says, understand the truth about that question in your soul, look up, don't look down, and then watch the answers unfold. My world changed the moment I downloaded it and read Feeling is the Secret. I instantly knew that I had figured out what had been itching inside of me since I was a small child. Also, I realized I'd been listening to music that reinforced these ideas, and that made it seem really magical to me. Suddenly, Spotify became a vehicle for my daily sermon, and Neville Goddard's books helped me better understand the Bible. So here's a short excerpt from Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard. You are already that which you want to be, and your refusal to believe this is the only reason you do not see it. To seek on the outside for that which you do not feel you are is to seek in vain, for we never find that which we want. We only find that which we are. In short, you express and have only that which you are conscious of being or possessing. To him that hath it is given. Matthew 13:12, 25-29, Mark 4:25, and Luke 8:18. Denying the evidence of the senses and appropriating the feeling the wish fulfilled is the way to the realization of your desire. Mastery of self-control of your thoughts and feelings is your highest achievement. However, until perfect self-control is attained, so that, in spite of appearances, you feel that all that you want to feel, use sleep and prayer to aid you in realizing your desired states. These are the two gateways into the subconscious. And I did just that, and it works. And a quick aside, I used to be staunchly anti-Christian because the Bible never made any sense to me. It was fascinating, and I even pursued a minor in religion studies in undergrad because I was so fascinated by it. But when I look at it as a guidebook for how to tap into this magic of our mind, well, call me converted. Also, it corresponds pretty beautifully with many psychology theories and social policy ideas I'm into, and it just makes sense. Think good thoughts and spread love, and good things will come to you. Easy peasy, right? So that's what this podcast is about. I'm not sure where it's going to go, but for now, that's where I'll begin. What's made the most impact for me has been practicing honing my mindset by meditation and using visualization, scripting as prayer, having deep faith or belief, practicing a loving mindset, maintaining righteous thoughts and controlling my reactions, and forgiveness to myself and to others when things don't go so righteously. And different techniques get me to believing I'm living in the wish fulfilled. One good way to understand how you get into that state of the wish fulfilled, as Neville Goddard often mentioned, is to ask yourself, what would I be doing had I already achieved the wish fulfilled? So name one thing and do that. Often this is simply a change of mindset. For example, if I was wishing to be wealthy and financially independent, would I be worried about my debts or my bank account balance or how much an unexpected expense cost? Chances are, if I thought of these things in any way, I'd feel relief that I didn't have them. I'd be grateful. I'd be planning the good things that I'd be doing with my money, such as helping others and making investments. I would not be worrying and fretting that I don't have enough or how I'm going to pay for XYZ. I would know that it's taken care of, so I would think differently. This is exactly what you must do to kick off your living in the end. Sometimes you may take it even further. I have a really good friend. She wants a puppy. She didn't want to wait to get the puppy, but instead went and purchased a dog carrier, which she will need when her puppy arrives. She is living in the wish fulfilled. She is not waiting for her current circumstances to control her future or her future mindset. She is controlling future circumstances with her current mindset. Same thing with wanting a partner. If you wish to be in a monogamous relationship with one person and have a truly compatible and beautiful relationship, would you really be scrolling mindlessly on Tinder or Hinge? No, you'd be relishing in your gratitude of having a wonderful partner, perhaps looking at new houses that are big enough to accommodate you both, or even a new family. Real estate apps are perfect for helping you visualize this, so I'm a big advocate of those. And mental diet is really important here, and when I first started on my own mental diet, I had to get rid of a lot of junk. Mainly social media, news, and negative thinking, or replaying negative thoughts over and over again in my mind. I'll be doing an episode exclusively on mental diets as well, because I think it's important and cannot be stressed enough or explained too often by too many people. It's truly the crux of belief, a loving mind and setting good intentions. Meditation is also important, and you can think of this as prayer or going into the silence or whatever you'd like. I tend to separate my imagination sessions outside of meditation sessions, but they always intersect. When I first started doing this type of technique training, I did a lot of SATS, state akin to sleep, and that led to some really incredible results. I immediately changed my body and my hair. Immediately they changed. Now I look better than I have in years. I got a brand new car, the exact one I wanted. I got the terms of the divorce I wanted, exactly. And most importantly, I stopped being afraid. I had faith in this newfound wisdom, and I live in the reality of whatever I imagine. This, you guys, is the real deal. You must do whatever it takes to get you into the state of you already having what it is you desire. And you have to believe you'll achieve it, or you never will. So beyond visualization exercises, scripting, and revision, which is actually a topic I'm going to be covering in depth soon, if I can find myself within the state of who I want to be, just randomly throughout the day, and I persist in that feeling with faith, and oftentimes this actually means being very courageous and taking that leap of faith, well, it works, and it can work for you too. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for listening, and remember, every thought counts. So think good thoughts tonight.